Sometime around 400 BC, the Greek physician Hippocrates declared, "Art is long, life is short." Nearly 2,500 years later, the aphorism still resonates to anyone who is committed to their craft, spending countless hours in the passionate pursuit of perfection. Michelangelo toiled for 4 years painting the famous Sistine Chapel ceiling. J.K. Rowling wrote Harry Potter for 7 years. And the new World Trade Center will be completed 12 years after the terror attacks of September 2001. As a presentation design professional and trainer, I am keenly aware of the time and related costs involved in creating professional PowerPoint presentations. But when I share my price estimates with business prospects, they are often surprised and struck with sticker shock. A design colleague once asked me, "How would you like it? Fast, cheap, or good? Pick two." The presentation process parallels the creative design process, but with the added component of writing, editing, and simulating textual content and key messages. To most people, PowerPoint is one of the fastest and easier programs to use. Almost anybody can create a presentation. But using this powerful presentation program properly takes a rare blend of time, testing, and years of refined experience. Creating a high-end graphical presentation can be a time-intensive task. Sometimes the creative juices just flow perfectly and it comes together fast and bright. Other times it can be a black hole of wasted time, endless edits, and mind-numbing wheel spinning. Working among others, presentation by committee can be even more laborious, as most people tend to talk about it rather than act on it. Applying effective presentation management time techniques can help produce quality presentations that are more balanced among time, quality, and budget. Here's a 30-page company overview presentation estimate. We've broken down all the key components and come up with an estimate of about 40 hours. That's working from scratch, and assuming that's everything was going right and perfect and came together fast and easy. At $100 an hour, the cost on this project would be $4,000. Even at a race pace of 45 average minutes per slide, some slides are faster, some are slower, this 30-page deck would take nearly 22 and a half hours, or $2,250. Heck, simply spending 1 minute per page reviewing and looking at what this looks like, this 30-pager would take half an hour. According to human resource specialists, the average hourly pay rate for an experienced presentation designer or freelancer, skilled in Photoshop and business presentation writing and editing, is $50 to $75 per hour. Less experienced designers are available for $30 to $50 per hour. Creative staffing agencies like Aquint and Creative Circle often bill out their clients at $60 per hour to over $100 per hour. And many presentation design agencies prefer to bill by the contract or project, but calculate their costs using hourly rates starting at $100 per hour. Some top agencies' designers and consultants are billed out at rates exceeding $250 per hour. Presentation design agencies often have the advantage of a pool of experienced talent and large graphics libraries for more efficient and creative design. The presentation team has several pricing models. Companies wanting ongoing presentation support save money by using a retained services and contractual working model. Why do we need to pay this much for a PowerPoint presentation? That question, typically asked by upper management to a middle manager, has killed numerous potential projects at my firm. Executives don't realize the time involved in creating presentations. They're either too detached from behind-the-scenes development of presentations, or simply don't recognize the importance of a quality presentation. To many executives, the presentation is just viewed as another document or report. But presentation visuals are often seen by more people, both internally and externally, than the average report. From quarterly stock earnings reports to training presentations to investor pitch decks, the PowerPoint presentation is often on the front lines of corporate communications. But all too often, the development of these essential presentations are handled internally by well-intentioned administrative assistants or the employee directly. The result? A mosh pit of tremendous text, boatloads of bullets, gregarious graphs, and irrelevant information. Weak presentations subconsciously affect a viewer's perception of a company. Presentations should reflect the highest standards of any company. Indeed, companies who have recognized the importance of the presentation and its reflection on their brand and image, not to mention its effectiveness as a critical communications medium, have a solid edge over their competition. Many Fortune 500 firms have a presentation design department, often working alongside the marketing, PR, and meeting and events departments. They often have established guidelines for their presentation visuals, including the usage, colors, spacing, and fonts, as well as a well-developed presentation theme and template. To a presentation project champion, or a manager who's trying to sell the value of a professional presentation to its management, it is vital to underscore the value that a well-written and well-designed presentation can have on the company's image. A $10,000 investment in a professionally designed analyst or investor presentation is a small price to pay for a communications tool that will generate exponentially higher revenue. And even if the presentation never gets shown to an outside audience, its design should be no less compelling. Make it great from the start. Often, the content that is created for a small internal discussion presentation can be repurposed for a more important company presentation. Outsourcing a PowerPoint presentation to a professional presentation design firm can actually help companies to save time and money by allowing them to focus on their core competencies rather than relying on internal resources. Marketing experts and graphics designers, skilled as they might be, don't have the same competencies as a presentation specialist. And many presentations can live on long after the show is over. More companies are uploading their key presentations to websites or sharing them on slideshare.net. What does this mean? It means that the presentation is more visible than ever and should be given the same level of respect and budget as sales and marketing collateral, websites, and corporate videos. Presentation development is a blend of art and science. If the good Dr. Hippocrates was around today and tasked with delivering a PowerPoint presentation at a local college, I'm sure he would recognize the artistry, science, and time involved. And he wouldn't think twice about partnering with and paying for a true presentation professional to get the job done right.